In this video, I'm going to show you a very simple way with free AI tools how you can work out if your local newsletter is worth starting. Will a local newsletter actually work in your town? Now, the old way we used to do this was we would just put the location into Google. So I've gone for Huntsville, Alabama, and we would just scroll down and it would give us information. And we'd be looking for certain things, like, for example, the number of people that live there. And there are other clues that we use in order to help us work out if a particular location is good for a local newsletter. And I will discuss those in the next video. But what I want to show you today is a very simple AI prompt that you can use. And you can have this prompt for free. All I ask you to do is go down to the comments and put number 1. That's your way of saying thank you to me, because that's going to help the channel out. Like the video as well, be amazing. Leave an additional comment if you've got a question as well. All of that helps me out more than you know. But basically, this prompt here is completely for free. You can have it. You put it into any free AI tool. For this kind of thing, it doesn't matter if you're using ChatGPT like me now. You could use Gemini, you could use Claude, you could use Copilot. That really doesn't matter for this particular task. But you're just going to put that in, and then you're going to hit enter like I have done. And then it's going to tell you what it needs from you. So it wants a location, it wants your target audience, and it wants the kind of newsletter that you want to write. And the great thing about this prompt is you can do different variations within the same chat. So you could keep your location the same, but you could change your target audience or your style. And what it's going to do is it's going to break it down and it's going to give you some information. Now, this information is going to help you make a decision on if you're going to start your local newsletter where you are, who you should target, because you can compare different groups of people, and what you want to write about. These are not the only thing you need to do, run this prompt, because you're going to want to do a bit of competitor analysis. You're going to want to find out who's already out there doing a newsletter. And again, I'll show you that in another video. And you're going to want to break down some of these things as well and actually decide for yourself if something the AI says is a strength or a weakness. But this is a great place to start to save you a huge amount of time on the research. So let's just fill this out and see what it does. So we're going to do Huntsville, Alabama is where we are going to do the location. And then what we can do is we can pick a particular target audience. Now, with a population of 500,000, we could definitely target down. We could just go general newsletter. But let's go with parents, because I'm a parent. So that would be something that I would be interested in writing about. And then we can do our style of newsletter. And what I mean by that is, what do you actually want to write about? Because people have this misconception that newsletters have to be about news. Actually, for a lot of people, the news part is their least favorite bit. For most people, if you talk to newsletter operators that have been doing local newsletters for a while, they'll say, events and live music, that's what keeps people coming back. And that's why they put it at the end of the newsletter, because then people scroll past all the other stuff like the ads and the news. So if you don't know where to start, events and live music, discounts, especially things like restaurants and bars doing offers, those things kill it in a local newsletter. They're great. And you can always add things later, but we don't want to go over the top. And if you want some help finding those things to put into your newsletter, there's a link down in the description to Flux Local that will help you out. But I'm going to go with mine, which is local events. I like to cover live music, and we'll go for discounts and offers on food and drink. These are my favorite things every time to put into a local newsletter. I just hit enter. ChatGPT is going to do its thing. Now, I've been talking to you for 4 minutes now. It would take me going through all of these links here and doing my research to find out a little bit more about whether I need a local newsletter. But in just a sentence and a few seconds, I now have a newsletter evaluation. And like I said, just comment the word 1 and I'll send you the prompt. So it's summarized everything. It's given me a score out of 10, 8.9. It's saying why it's a good newsletter. It's telling me my concept enters a competitive market because there's already newsletters focused. Now, I would actually want to go and check out these newsletters and see if they're going to do it exactly the same way that I intend to do things to rule out Huntsville. And like I said, we'll do that in a future video with another prompt. And then it's going to go into my SWOT analysis. Now, SWOT analysis is just strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. And it's going to list these out. Now, if I wanted to do this, this would take me absolutely hours. But it's done this. And I can now pick some of these out. And I could go to ChatGPT and tell me more. So what is this Kids Eat Free database? What should I do with that? And it's probably a page I could create with all the Kids Eat Free local offers as a lead magnet. But I can ask it to brainstorm that for me. How would I set up a birthday party venue directory? What should I do with that? So this is something that I can take, and I can now have a conversation with ChatGPT and say, okay, tell me more about these threats. Tell me more about the local media websites that cover major events. Maybe that's actually not what I want to cover in my newsletter at all, and so it's not a direct competition. So we can go through all of these and have a chat with ChatGPT or Gemini, whatever you're using, and find out a bit more. And not only that, it's given me my competitor analysis. So it's given me some examples. Now, these might be websites that don't have a newsletter. So just because it's a website doesn't mean it is direct competition, because a website, I have to remember to go and check the website. So as a parent, I've got to go and check the website and scan through it and find what I want. Whereas if I have subscribed to a local newsletter, it gets sent to me every week. It ends up in my inbox. So I'm happy because I haven't got to do anything. So, oh, look, I got an email. I can plan my weekend now. So just because it's got a newsletter, so just because it's got a website with events doesn't mean it's a competitor to us. Okay, and then it's got some recommendations. So again, I can break these recommendations down, ask ChatGPT, which of these should I do first? Which are the easiest to do? It's got some recurring sections for me that I might want to copy. Might want to take any of these ideas. It's got some articles if I want to include those, and lots and lots of useful things that I can do. Now, these are all things that we do as part of our newsletters, because newsletters are the starting point. You want to own the email addresses, you want to own your list, that's where your power is. But then you can build businesses out from these. And so these are the kind of things that we do for local newsletters that already exist, and these are things we teach people how to do if they are starting a newsletter and they build up to about 1,000 subscribers, and then they want to start doing a few more of these things. Some people want to do it even earlier. You can start trying to monetize from 200 subscribers. That's what we recommend. But sometimes people like to test things out and wait a little bit longer. But these are the things we can help you with as well. So, as I said, if you want this prompt, save yourself some time. Just go to the comments, comment 1, just the word 1. I'll send it to you. If you've got another 20 seconds, like the video, leave a comment with a question that I can answer in the next video, and I can create a prompt for you in the next video. It helps more than you know, and hopefully in return the videos I make will help you out too. I'll see you in the next one.